Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And it's totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading. So try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And there's a Four of Cups to begin with. Now, this is very stable energy. This is not energy that's going to last forever, though, right? This is a temporary kind of resting or a temporary kind of settling of how we feel before we kind of move off into a new direction. But let's put this into some context, all right? What else do we have? A Two of Cups. See, that's a very nice direction. And going from a 4 to a 2, right? It's kind of a reduction. It's a simplification. But what I feel with this is that it's us getting closer, it's getting back in touch with why we're doing something, right? It's kind of getting back in touch with that original feeling of union when we first started doing this work or in this relationship or participating in this thing, whatever we're involved with, in our lives. We're trying to remember why we're doing it. We're trying to reconnect with that feeling, with that really strong connection that you had initially. And the Nine of Pentacles, an Eight of Wands, a Ten of Cups, a Five of Swords, a Queen of Pentacles, Three of Swords, the Moon energy, and the Universe or World card. So that's very nice. And things took a little bit of an unexpected turn here with all of this Earth energy, right? Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. I wonder if this does have something to do with a business or a project or some kind of a group effort, or if it's not a group effort, I think it's you wanting to reconnect with the reasons why you're moving in the direction that you are moving, right? But we'll take a look at that. Let's choose this mystery card. That is the one. And we're going to put it right here. We're going to put Kevin, a.k.a. Mr. Bates, right there on top of that card. Now, there's a reason why the frog's called Kevin and Mr. Bates. It's from two of my very favorite TV shows. So if you think you know what the reason or what those two shows are, let me know in the comments. You don't win a prize or anything, but it'll be fun. And also, with a mystery card, if you feel like you know what that is, put your prediction down in the comments, right? Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition. And that card at the end of the reading is going to tie everything together. Okay. Let's look around the room. We've got some major arcana. We've got just these two. Yeah, just the Moon and the Universe. It's kind of like we have to go through the uncertainty of the emotions here. We have to kind of go through this darkness if we're going to get this kind of freedom, if the boundaries will be lifted, if our heart will be open, if we'll feel this kind of relief and release from everything. It's like we have to go through this period of uncertainty. It's kind of it's a dark night of the soul, not to be overly dramatic about it, but I feel like this is something along those lines where it's something that you're really, I almost feel like you're kind of reconsidering something, or you're kind of like starting to wonder maybe if you're feeling different about something, or if you're not connecting with something in the same way that you used to. Something like that. Let's see. Fire. Yes, we've got fire. We certainly have a lot of water clustered here, and the water is we're really trying to raise up the water energy. It's like we're trying to reconnect with this person, project, this place, this thing, whatever it is, and we're trying to elevate that feeling into something that can satisfy us like in every way, right? We've got some air energy that we do have to deal with, and then we've got our earth energy, and even the world or the universe, that's a lot of earth as well. So the earth is underneath us too, and I think that's really the foundation. I feel like you're in a very nostalgic mood. I feel like you're kind of thinking about the past and almost like thinking back to when this all started and how good it felt, right? And I wonder if there was maybe someone that you were involved in this with. If it could be, for some of you, I think this might be the separation of a romantic situation for you. And that's kind of the nostalgia that I feel. It's just like there was once this love there, and I want to get that back. Maybe not with this particular person, but I need to work through these emotions to know that that is out there for me. Now, for others, there is more of a financial, business, career kind of energy here, especially with this 9 of Pentacles down beneath the surface, yeah. But let's start with the 4 of Cups. We don't feel absolutely terrible about anything. I think we feel relatively stable, but sometimes this 4 of Cups can be translated more as like an emotional numbness, that we're not sure what we feel. We feel just kind of locked up, frozen. We feel a little icy. Scaled and icy for all my 21 Pilots fans. It's a little bit, like we're just kind of numb to how we feel right now. And that, I think, with the 5 of Swords here, makes us a little confused, where I can't think about how I feel. I can't understand it because I don't know what this feeling is. It feels kind of good sometimes, kind of bad sometimes. Sometimes I want to laugh. Sometimes I want to cry. There's sometimes I don't feel anything at all, and I don't know why that is or what to do about it, right? So I think we really rack our brains. Here's the 5 of Swords in the future position. We try to figure out, why do I feel this way? And maybe there's a confusion there. Maybe it's kind of this feeling that I'm really supposed to feel something else. Maybe it's a situation where I'm supposed to feel the 2 of Cups. I'm supposed to feel that this is the best thing that's ever happened, the wonderful, soulmate situation, true love, just perfect union. But maybe that feeling isn't really active yet, and we're starting to, 5 of Swords, wonder why. And I think that this is common for a lot of people, where we feel like we're expected to feel something. It looks like and seems like we should be feeling it, but we're not. We wonder if there's something wrong with us, right? We wonder if there's something going on here, and there's a reason. We look for an intellectual, logical reason why I don't feel that 2 of Cups that I'm supposed to feel, right? And I wonder if you kind of rushed into this situation. Here's the 8 of Wands in the background position. Some of this could be that we've rushed into a situation. But I feel Spirit's showing me dolphins. I don't know what the connection is with dolphins with you. If you've swam with dolphins, or a familiar memory is something to do with dolphins, or that show that was on TV a long time ago about the dolphin. So there's some connection with that here with you. But anyway, the 8 of Wands here, I feel like for some of you this was the real excitement, the real rush, and the kind of very enthusiastic to get into this situation. You couldn't wait to get it started. Now that we're here, not sure what we feel, And I think that's part of the human condition, right? We get excited about something, we want to rush into it, and then we get into it and we just think, meh, But also with the 8 of Wands, I feel like you've been looking for something to put your creative energy into. And that's why, more than a romance, I don't feel this is so much romantic. For some of you, it will be. But I feel like this is something creative, maybe something career, something business, something avocation, project. If maybe you're retired, maybe this is like, wanting to find something to put all of your effort into. Something to really give you a sense of purpose and meaning, and something to kind of work on, right? Something to put your efforts and energy into every day. So it could be a community organization, it could be a creative project, it could be a group of people that fix houses, or a community garden, I don't know, anything like this. But it's something, I think, that has a physical component. Right, it's something that you're going to leave the house and kind of go work on, or interact with other people, interact with the earth, interact with objects. There's that mechanical, physical component. And I feel like you wanted something to work on, you know, and we could apply that to a romance too, right? We feel like, you know, that sometimes we get into relationships and we feel like someone that we can help. This is a project, or we feel like we're going to try to work on the person, work on ourselves. We're going to grow together and we're going to help fix each other, something like that, right? And I kind of see that might be a little bit of this too, and we could really be talking about, you know, fixing something in the physical realm, mechanical realm, maybe cars, or I don't know. But something along those lines, right? Something with that kind of creative draw, and also this idea of kind of fixing something or repairing something or getting something moving again, right? And I feel like there was this real enthusiasm about it. Now, we've got a 9 of Pentacles underneath the surface. And that is really, I think, part of the reason why you feel we're gonna hide the 2 of Cups for a minute. But don't worry, it's still there. That's still what we're after. The reason why we might be feeling a little numb, a little frozen, is because we, I think, had these expectations of there being some sort of progress, that there was some sort of, like, that we'd see some results here already. Because the 9 of Pentacles, this is all about the visible signs of progress. This is about putting in work and seeing something coming back to you, something growing from it. It's you plant something in the dirt and you're waiting to see the sprout. You're waiting to see the plant and the fruit at the end. Give me some sign that there's life here, right? Give me something that I can say, okay, that proves that something is happening here, that things are progressing, right? It's that visible or tactile, if you will, the perceptible signs of progress. Yeah. And I think maybe you hadn't seen that, or the results that we are, that are there are a little bit imperceptible, or that they're not happening fast enough. I kind of feel that there is even the type of feeling that this is a lot of work of the wrong kind for you. I feel like you're meant to do work, but this might not be the right venue, the right environment for you to really get your hands dirty, right? Put in the work, right? But at the same time, you know, the 10 of Cups up here, I don't want to say that we have our expectations set too high, but I feel like you have, there's a certain way that you want this to go down. See, we've got the 9 of Pentacles, we've got a 10 of Cups. There are expectations here. And I think part of the 5 of Swords is us figuring out, is this something that's going to meet my expectations? Are my expectations way too unreasonable for this other person, or for this group of people, or for this situation? We might have these expectations of earning $1 million, but we're only investing like $1 or $2 here and there. It may happen, may be a lot slower. May not really see the returns as quickly as we would like, right? But we have to ask ourselves, am I setting my expectations too high, or am I being unreasonable with what I expect versus the effort I'm putting in? Okay. And beyond all that, we have to ask ourselves, is it worth the effort? Yeah, maybe if I put in a little bit more effort, then I will reach my goals and my expectations in a way that's satisfying to me. But do I want to? Is this the right place for me to do that? You know? So there's a 5 of Swords in the future position. This is just us asking ourselves these kinds of questions. Okay. Now we're going to go to the path of the Serpent. And as we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Okay. I appreciate you. So let's take a look here. We've got, first of all, obviously, the Queen of Pentacles. You know how to You know how to do things. You know how to get things done. I mean, it's Capricorn reading after all, right? You know how to get the results that you're after. And the reason why those results aren't really being seen yet, I think, is because you don't feel that strong connection to this project, this person, this life, this path, this group, this event, this, this work, whatever it is. You don't feel that passion and that connection that you need. And that, when you feel that, it really kind of lights up this fire. And I think at the beginning, it was either there at the beginning, or we expected it to be there, or we thought it was, but now we're here, and look, there's no other fire cards. The fire just kind of, it dissipates. It's a flash in the pan, right? That aspiration, that ambition, that enthusiasm and confidence, and ambition just, it seems like a flash. So we've got the Queen of Pentacles, and this is the turning point. This is where we have to ask ourselves, is this something worth moving forward on? And I think right now maybe you're feeling, I don't know, have you been feeling a little bit sluggish lately? I kind of feel like with this situation, we feel like we've slowed down. We feel like we're just physically like moving slower. Right? If we feel maybe some inflammation or some swelling or some stiffness, right? I feel like we're just kind of moving. We're in more ways than just emotionally. We feel like kind of a block of ice, right? That we're just kind of locked up, and maybe, we're getting into winter in the northern hemisphere here. So maybe the cold weather is kind of making it a little bit worse, but we just don't feel as limber and as loose and as quick, right? As nimble as we used to. And, I think that a lot of this is emotional, but I think it's also something that is very connected with your past and with your history, because these two cards, the Three of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, is very much concerned with the past, okay? I think that there's someone in your life that you didn't talk to for a long time, someone that you maybe we're involved in this situation or one like it, because there's this idea of us, with the Queen of Pentacles, looking out at the past, looking at that long and winding road that it took to get here. But then with the Three of Swords, there is this memory of something that was in our environment, because the Three of Swords is here in our environment. And I feel like there's been silence from this person or in this situation. Maybe it's somebody that you were once very close with, and the two of you just don't talk anymore. And it maybe is related to this situation, but it may not be. Okay? And if we're struggling with this kind of a relationship, or this a memory even of this kind of a situation, it might be affecting how we're feeling right now, even if it's unrelated to this current work, this current project, or a current relationship. See, the Three of Swords is our memory of the past. We're taking a past experience, usually one of pain, sorrow, trauma, and we're reliving it. We're experiencing it now. We're almost projecting that painful feeling onto our present situation, even though there might not be a connection. Okay? So I wonder if your current work is kind of tainted in a way by what happened in the past. Okay. And with the Queen of Pentacles too, looking back at this long and winding road, it seems like part of this Eight of Wands here, there was a lot of effort, there was a lot of work that you really had to struggle to get yourself in this situation. And so it's like you tried and you struggled and you pushed your way in, and it took a lot of work just for you to get here. And now you're just like, I don't know if I care, and it feels like some of that might be because we're a little bit stuck on something that happened before that is in some way triggered by this new situation, or something else is going on, but we're starting to kind of get back into this situation mentally, emotionally. And I think it's kind of numbing us, or we're numbing ourselves in a way, protecting ourselves Because we feel like whatever this pain was in the past is now presently threatening us. It's now here, and we have to guard ourselves from it because this is happening again, or so we feel. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Part of the Five of Swords is us figuring that out, right? Because I feel like there is a lot of love potential. This is a situation that you really can connect with, but there's something preventing you from opening up that feeling and connecting with this, whether it's a person, a place, or a thing, right? It could be any noun that we're talking about here, abstract or something that's, more specific. But I feel like there is, maybe it's not a person that you're not talking to anymore. I mean, that could be part of it. But I think this is a history, this is a past thing that maybe you're not talking about, even to yourself. Like we're reliving it, we're feeling it kind of emotionally, but we're not vocalizing it. We're not talking about it. The mind is still like, wait, what's going on? We have to have that conversation with ourselves in a way, and perhaps with somebody else too, Because you do have a lot of ambition and a lot of creativity and a lot of love and a lot of will to give and to insert into this situation and whatever this is that's going on in your life. If you have that love and that connection with it, you're going to be a heavy influence on this thing. We see that world card, that universe card at the end. It's almost like the world or the universe is just waiting on you. Yeah. But we have to go through this moon energy first. Okay. We have to go through this moon energy first. Spirit is telling me to mention your salt intake. I don't know if you're trying to watch the salt intake or if there's some sort of a blood pressure issue, but it's there's this feeling here that we're counting like the salt, like the sodium milligrams, right? And so we need to back off on that. We're trying to kind of back off on that. And I wonder if that is, it's related physically to blood pressure and health and stuff like that, and the electrolytes and all that kind of balance in our body. But I wonder if that is also, kind of talking about some of this Eight of Wands stuff that we had in the past. Because to me, this is high blood pressure, right? To me, this is anxiety. This is us kind of not sure what moves to make anymore. Not sure what to do in this situation. We're starting to just we got jazz hands. We're tap dancing in place, and our blood pressure's going up, right? We need to have some sort of activity. We need the release. We need the relief and the flow. We need the energy to dissipate again in this way where we can breathe and our heart rate can come down and our blood pressure can come down. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not diagnosing anything. If you have a concern about your blood pressure, you better see a professional. But yeah, it's a serious thing. I've got high blood pressure as well, if you couldn't tell. So we have to see the professionals for these kinds of things. But I feel like the mental, emotional stuff needs to be, worked through as well so that we can have this kind of ease and freedom that we're looking for here with the world or universe card. But the moon, that's the difficulty. Going into the unknown. Do you move forward with this? With this situation and just see how it turns out, see what happens, see if we do this kind of mental, emotional work, if we do have that kind of a breakthrough and we find some clarity, because the moon card has that sun rising from the horizon, right? And this is the promise that says if you keep walking in the dark, that eventually you'll find the light switch, right? Eventually the sun will rise, you'll have clarity. Things will be okay. You'll see what's going on. You'll have everything will be fine, right? It's that promise, but the promise feels rather vague and weak at this point because we've got no reassurance. We've got no evidence of it, right? The 9 of Pentacles that you need is not there. So I feel like this is something that you have to work through. And I feel like there is this darkness that is related to this past thing. We don't need to go into details about that because I'm sure it's completely different for for all of us. But there's this idea of working through that to get to the sun, to get to the morning, to get to the light switch. But then also in this situation itself, persisting in your efforts and seeing what kind of, what comes out the other side. Because I feel like through this situation, you really have the opportunity to build something extraordinary, right? All it needs is your connection, your love connection with it, whether it's a business, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a family, whether it's a bookstore, whether it's a community service thing, a charity, whether it's a clinic, whatever it is. Whatever it is, a food pantry, whatever, right? Building a house, building a farm, I don't know, a garden. If you have that love connection with it, there's no limit to what you can do with this opportunity, this situation, right? This reality that's around you. I feel like you're building something that is going to offer freedom, that's going to expand your world. It's going to expand the universe for you. You're going to expand your consciousness. It's going to expand the realm of possibilities. I feel like it's opening up doors. I feel like it's removing boundaries, removing restrictions. It's like you're taking a farm and you're taking all the fences down. You're expanding it infinitely, right? So maybe there is some connection with food here. I'm not really sure. But I feel like this is limitless. Yeah. I want to look at the mystery card and see. Maybe that'll be another Two of Cups. I think that would be extraordinary if it was, because I feel like that's the connection that we need in order to really do our very best and make this an absolute success. And Capricorn, you're that energy that likes to climb to the top of the mountain. But in order for you to get to the top of the mountain, you've really got to want to. You've got to feel that Two of Cups, that turns into fire energy. So maybe this is fire energy. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. I'm thinking Two of Cups, Two of Wands. One or the other. Let's see what we have. A Four of Pentacles, man. Four of Pentacles. So we're not getting the two. What we're getting is another four. So we're getting this kind of solid state, right? We're getting this kind of still not sure what to do. Still, and we need to move this person around, because this is still looking at the past, still thinking of all this. We need to turn this person to the future. Stop thinking about the past. Let's work through that. Maybe don't stop thinking about it, but let's work through that in a way where we can now turn this figure around and start looking toward the future. We know what the past is. That's all. We've been there. We've already been there and done that. Look at the future. Look at what is coming in the future for you. Look at what the results of this thing could be. And then we figure out what we want to do. But right now, we're feeling numb. We're feeling frozen. We're just we're clinging to where we are right now. Yeah. We're very much... we feel that staying here, staying connected with what's right immediately around us is keeping us safe. Yeah. There's no progress here. We said at the beginning that this four is a stability, but it's a temporary resting place. Okay? Physically and emotionally. This is temporary. We have to get moving. Whether you're moving in a new direction, further away from this current work or relationship, or if you're moving forward with it, trying to get to that world or universe card. We've got to start moving eventually. Okay. Now we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around for that, click on the link that should be in the corner. If not, there's one down in the video description. Okay. New readings for Capricorn every Thursday and Sunday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. But I'm here every day. Just come on back, see me again tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment for me. Let me know how you're doing. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.